It has been a little while since the last packing video. However, I decided that for this upcoming trip to Malaga and Cordoba in southwestern Spain, or south central Spain, depending on how you want to categorize it, that I would put together a quick video for you. It is January, so it's a bit cooler, and well, hopefully warmer there than here in Copenhagen, but still a bit cooler, so I'll be taking a layered approach. And the trip is for about 9 days in total. I'll be in the city for the majority of it, and because it is a little bit shorter and I'll be doing some shooting, I wanted to do something a little bit more fashionable. So you'll see that instead of my normal Keen shoes, which I normally trek with, or use for hiking or walking if I'm getting out into the countryside and in the city, I'm taking a pair of leather Rockport boots. In addition, I'll have a pea coat, this black pea coat, as well as a scarf, and the scarf makes all the difference in the world when dealing with different temperatures and different weather. I'll also have this driver or kind of English golf cap with me, headphones, business cards, and then of course the camera gear. I'll be shooting on my normal 600D, Canon 600D. Right now it's got a 50mm 1.4 lens on it. I'll also be taking with me my 55-250 for street shots or longer shots, and my 18-135 for mucking around in general city shots. I'll have 3 batteries with me, so the default Canon, and then 2 cheap backup batteries, so I can shoot and don't have to worry about recharging all day long, as well as plenty of backup memory. I usually burn through on a trip like this anywhere between 32 and 64 gigs of memory and photos, and then doing the editing afterwards. I also have a number of lens filters, and so those will be used in case I find some waterfalls that I want to do, or do some long exposure of the sea. You'll also see the Canon battery charger there. I'll have my passport, which is of course extremely important, and one of these lens pens, and this is great for dusting dust off of the lens as well as cleaning spots on the lens, and they're a cheap buy if you're looking at getting into photography. A rubber ducky, because why not have a rubber ducky? Plenty of power plugs for charging at night, and then this is actually a backup battery for my iPhone, and they're pretty cheap online and come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. And for doing a lot of Instagram photography and street photography, or just navigating when you can't charge repeatedly during the day, it's great to have in the pocket. Definitely some foot powder for the boots, shoes, which makes a huge difference in keeping things fresh, and I really wish more hostel goers would take advantage of. As far as getting into the clothes, as I mentioned, a pair of these Rockport leather boots, a pair of heavier gloves because it is going to be cooler and I might want to do some photography at night, but then also a pair of really cheap dollar gloves that have the fingers cut off so that I can do some night photography. I'll have about 9 pairs of socks, so 1 for every day. Now in the past I've typically talked about packing fewer pairs of socks and then just washing them as you go, but the more I travel, the more I realize they're lightweight, and it's such a pain in the butt to have to wash them every other day that it's great just splurging on the space, especially when the trip is this short. I have a big tripod, and I'll actually be taking 2 tripods. The other is over here, and I'll show you in a second. But the big tripod is heavy, which is something I struggled with for a long time. But you do want a heavier tripod when shooting if there's any wind or anything like that, because it wipes out the vibration. So even though it is a pain in the butt to lug it around, I'll definitely be carrying that, and that is a almost full-size tripod. I'm also packing a wool sweater, and then a North Face wind-blocking sweater vest, which I can layer or swap out depending with my jacket and the different t-shirts that I match. A pair of shorts just in case for emergency backup laundry or the hostel room. And then I've packed 2 polo shirts and 4 normal t-shirts, one of which I'm wearing. In back, I have a long sleeve dress shirt, and that's for social nights, going out, things like that. And then 2 flannel long sleeve button-ups. In addition, which I'm currently wearing and is not pictured here, I'll be taking one pair of jeans, and that'll be my only pair of pants for the duration of the trip, which, with all the walking I'll be doing out and about, hopefully keeps them from getting too stinky. Then a pair of flip-flops, which is an absolute must anytime you're in a hostel. Even in a hotel, it's probably a good idea. They do a great job protecting your feet, and given the things that go on sometimes in hostel bathrooms, it is well worth having to keep from picking anything up, or just from a general hygienic standpoint. Not pictured, you'll notice what's missing is a towel. And because this is a shorter trip and it's in winter, so it'll be humid, I'm just going to rent a towel for typically €1 to €2 per venue from the hostel. And that way I don't have to worry about it molding or mildewing or things like that in my bag. Speaking of which, I'll be taking 2 bags. The one on the left is the main bag, normal, typical backpack. And then on the right is a normal school bag. Now, sometimes I'll take a photography bag, but it is often, it's too visible and makes me a little bit of a target, so that's just something I've decided to skip this time around. All the electronics and laptop and everything else will fit in there, which makes it actually as heavy, if not more heavy, than the big bag. In addition, this is a cool little nifty space saver. You can learn more about it on the blog, but socks, underwear, and some of the t-shirts will go in there, and it opens up and it has different compartments internally, and then I can just slide that into the backpack and pull it out whenever I want. 8 pairs of underwear to keep me shipshape and clean, and then a pair of dance shoes, since I do a lot of salsa dancing, and I think I'll be trying to do some salsa and bachata while I am in Malaga and Cordoba. I also always like to pack specifically some 100% tea tree oil to use on cuts, face, things like that. It tends to be great for keeping everything clean, and it really cleans things up really quick if you do get a little scuff or scrape. This is the mini tripod, and a lot of venues they've started banning tripods inside. So this guy is small enough I can put it in my pocket, and I can use it inside in most places without them getting on my case too much or seeing. This is a favorite for the TSA. It is a dust remover, dust blower, which is for the camera, some lens wipes and glasses wipes, and then as you may have seen in some of my other videos, I have my pipe, which I picked up in Turkey. So I'll have that and some tobacco, not the Captain Black actually, it's a Danish my own blend, Mojo, for those interested, and a pipe packer. So that will be everything that I'll be packing for this trip, and hopefully it all works out quite well and will keep me busy. I'll let you know in a comment attached to the video if there was anything that I forgot, and thanks for following along. Please subscribe.